What's up, tribe? What's up, you guys? Hey, it is something is going on with me in StreamYard. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Hey, Tracy. What's up, Sam? I think Shirley's probably speaking. Might be Judge Mills Lane. Remember him during the time frame she's talking about. You know what, Sam? Yeah, we're gonna get to that. Xavier, hey, boo. Can y'all hear me? I think I'm having problems. Thank you, Doc from NC. I think I'm having some issues, y'all. Hold on, let me go onto YouTube. Y'all can hear me? Okay. Welcome, you guys. Hey, because YouTube is doing the same thing it was doing last night, where it's not showing me how many people are in the live. I don't know what's going on with StreamYard and YouTube. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. It must be YouTube because it did it last night too. I couldn't see, so I don't know. Hey everybody, welcome. Come on in, say hi. Let's get this party started. But I don't know how many people are in the chat because it's not changing. And it did the same thing last night when I went live last night. I had to keep looking. Oh shoot, I had to keep looking because it wouldn't tell me. So I don't know. That throws me off a little bit because I can't keep up with the chat. So hey you guys, welcome. First of all, let me welcome all my new subscribers. I have a lot of new subscribers, and I thank you. I'm glad that you guys have found me. I'm glad that you decided to subscribe, and I hope you're going to hang out. That's another reason why I'm upset that I don't know who's in my chat because I can't keep up with anybody. But you guys come on in. It was happening for other people too. Okay, Mia, thank you. It must just be because, you know, it is what it is. It's YouTube, it's StreamYard, it's whatever. But welcome. Come on in, you guys. We're going to get started in 1 second. Let me go get my water. I left my water in the kitchen. Let me go get my water. And then we are going to get this party started. Hey, everybody coming in. I'm going to have to keep up with the chat this way. Okay, so right now it's saying there's 37 people in the chat. So come on in, hit that like button. Come on and take a seat, you guys. Thank you. I have hit 11K, you guys. I have hit 11K. I all I can say is thank you to this SWV escape drama. I seem to be in the algorithm. Anything I drop that deals with SWV and escape, I have people boom, and people have been subscribing. And so thank you. If you are new here, thank you. If you are new here, I appreciate you. And please stay. We have a good time. Hang out with us for a little bit. So we have hit 11K. Yes, we did it, Joe. We did it. So, yeah, you guys. So let's get into it. We don't have a lot to talk about today, but I really wanted to come down here and talk about this Jonathan Majors situation. I don't like what I'm seeing. I don't like the way I feel like this situation is going. So we're going to talk about it. But we got a few little stories to talk about. We're going to get those out the way, and then we're going to get in. Thank you, KFS. Thank you so much, my love. Yeah, I did just hit 10K, but you know what? I can't even talk. It's this SWV escape. I'm in the algorithm. Like I always tell you guys, it's about being in the algorithm. And knock on wood, the best decision I made was to decide to cover the SWV escape. I can't. That's what it is. That's what it is. So that's why it seems like I hit like 1,000, and I did. I've gained 1,000 subscribers in like a month for me, and that's a lot for me because y'all know my channel don't move that fast. It don't grow that fast. But I am not complaining, and I welcome all new subscribers. Come on in, take a seat, sit down front. We got some seats. I don't even know how many people are in here right now. Thank you so much, KFS. I appreciate you. Thank you. I appreciate that. So let's get a couple of the. I don't think I. Hold on a second, y'all. Let me do this. I don't think I Hold on. I dropped a bunch of reviews yesterday, trying to get caught up because I'm really behind on my reviews, but I'm trying to get caught up. Y'all got Real Housewives of New Jersey. Friday, you got Ultimate Girls Trip. I got to give you guys the other 2 Ultimate Girl Trips. Ready to Love, which I'm still behind on, but you got the Ready to Love, Chasing Dallas, and then, of course, Love and Marriage DC last night. So y'all got some reviews last night. So I hope y'all go watch them. Oh, I think I'm done. No, I don't think. It's not a thing to it. Let me be honest. I'm done with Basketball Wives. I really wasn't even going to do Basketball Wives, but I'm even less interested in doing Basketball Wives, if you want me to be honest. So I'm not doing Basketball Wives. So my apologies. I know I did like the first 2 episodes, but I just don't care. And the storylines it's just not holding me. So my apologies for people who are looking for Basketball Wives, but I can't do it. But other than that, that's pretty much that. All right. The poll is 50-50. Oh, wow. You were recommended on my timeline and I subscribed. Thank you so much, Vun Vibes. Exactly. Hey, Star. So that's what I mean by being in the algorithm. Like when you're in the algorithm, then your video pops up, right? Your video pops up. So thank you so much. Thank you. Basketball Wives is running its course. I think so too. I really think they need to just be done with it. I think they need to make this their final season. Maybe at the reunion they can have like a all-star type reunion where they can invite everybody back that was on the show that's willing to come back and just talk about their season, their experience, tell their story. Have like a real feel-good reunion and bow out gracefully. Like honestly, I agree. I think that's what they need to do. So yesterday, we had the gender reveal for Judy and the Brat. As you guys know, the Brat is pregnant with their first baby. And and there was a gender reveal, and looked like it was a good time had by all. They had the whole, blue, pink theme all the way down to their hair. And it is revealed that they are having a boy. So I am happy for them. Congratulations. I'm not sure where the Brat is. I haven't been following it enough to know when her due date is. But I feel like it's soon because she didn't even tell us until she was in her second trimester. So I feel like sometime this summer. If somebody knows the exact date, let me know because I just haven't been. I didn't follow it enough for them to get the due date. But congratulations for them. Congratulations for them. To them, I should say. I'm happy for them. And their reality show is coming back, so we will get all of the behind the scenes information and how everything went down with the fertility and whatever they went through will be in their reality show. If you guys are interested in getting the backstory. I don't really review their reality show. I watched it. I think I might have reviewed a few episodes, but I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. I think I reviewed the first season, but I didn't do the second season. I'm gonna just be honest with y'all about it. I like them, but they get on my nerves. And what I mean by that is I can't do the beautiful, oh beautiful, I love you, beautiful, oh you're so beautiful, oh you so, and the Brat that whiny talk that she does. But I want to be with you because I love you so much. I can't do that. I'm glad that they listen. I'm happy for their love. I'm happy that they are in love, and love wins. And I love black love in all shapes, sizes, and colors. Okay. But I can't do it. I tried to watch the second season and I can't do it. I'm sorry. I just can't do it. You know, the Brat doesn't talk like that. You've heard the Brat talk on the radio. You've seen her talk. But it's like when the two of them together, it's that, oh, beautiful, oh. And I can't do it. I can't do it. But I like them. And I do watch, I ain't gonna say I watched the show. I watched the first season. I did not really watch the second season. I think I watched a few episodes here and there. I'm probably gonna watch the third season, but I'm probably not gonna review it. I'm sorry. If something happened that I want to talk about, y'all know we'll come down here and talk about it. But I want to know what made the Brat decide to carry. Well, when they first were talking about it, Judy wanted her to carry because she wanted her to be able to experience it. Yeah, I think that was the conversation, that she just wanted to have the experience of carrying a child. But I think there was some medical concerns as well on both. I think it's going to be chronicled on the show. So yes, the mushy talk is too much. Yeah, it's just a lot for me, you know. And other people might love it, but for me, it was a lot. But again, I'm happy to see that they are happy, because I think that they're probably really cool people in real life. So that was that. 50. I mean, we'll get to 50 Cent in a second. R. Kelly's victims are gonna have access to his royalties first. I'm okay with that. I don't see nothing wrong with that. I feel like anybody that I feel like any of his victims that might be suing him civilly or is owed some sort of retribution or money for whatever reason, I think they should get it. I mean, it ain't much of a story there. I just was bringing it to the people, but I just feel like, okay, you know, I'm with it. I'm here for that, you know. I don't know how much money is there though, because didn't he sign away all of his royalties? Hey, Cam, didn't he sign away? Oh, okay, the count is up. Okay, we got 89 people in the chat. Come on in, please hit the like button. Come on down here and take a seat. I didn't. Now somebody said that's a BBL. I think her booty's real, y'all. I don't think that's a BBL. I think that's really her booty. I think that's really how her body. You know, there's some people that I don't know. I don't know that woman. I don't know nothing about her. But I really do think that's her. I really think that's really her body. Listen, I went to church today with my mom. My mama, it was Friends and Family Month, and she called me at the beginning of the month to come to church. And she said, well, you got all month. And I know my mama, she don't ask me for much. But I know she really wanted me to come. So I said, let's go ahead and go to church with my mama today. So I went up to the church. But there was this lady at my mama church. Child, she could have carried a wine glass from the front of the church to the back, and nothing would have spilled. It was a whole bookshelf. I remember when she walked by, I said, so I don't know. Listen, I don't know. All right. Child. All right, let's get into this. So 50 Cent, now for those who do not know, listen, we really don't talk about 50 Cent a lot over here because he's a troll, and he's a vile troll. He has said some very vile things. So we really don't talk about him a lot over here, but I do want to speak on this. I was going to talk about the lawsuit that he had a couple of weeks ago where he won the judgment because somebody embezzled his former employee had embezzled something like $5 million from his company, and the man got to sell his house, and 50 Cent was trolling him. I was going to talk about that, but I didn't. But let's talk about this though. Now, for those who do not know, 50 Cent has sort of reinvented himself with this whole Power series over on Stars. I mean, he's done a few TV shows, but Power is his most popular in his repertoire, and of course, it's spun a whole lot of spinoffs and everything. And Power, I feel like, has been going strong for about 8 or 9 years. With the original Power, and now there are 4 spinoffs of it. We have book 2, book 3, book 4, so 3 spinoffs. But let me read y'all this. This is coming from the Neighborhood Talk. Lionsgate Entertainment, which is the company that distributes Power, is facing a $300 million lawsuit for allegedly allowing 50 Cent to illegally intimidate an ex-kingpin who claimed that 50 and others stole his life story for the hit show Power. According to allhiphop.com, Chris Ghost Holland claims that Lionsgate knew that 50 Cent was trying to intimidate him on multiple occasions and that they allowed it. The legal action is an extension of Holland's previous $1 billion lawsuit against Jackson, where he claimed that the TV series Power was based on life. Holland alleges that he met with Power co-creator Courtney Kemp's dad in 2007 and shared his life story with him. Holland claims that Jackson used his story as the basis for the Power TV series without his consent or compensation. In the original lawsuit, Holland claims that 50 Cent showed up in his neighborhood with men in vans and SUVs who went around the area looking for a man named Ghost. The men finally found Holland and stared him down as he stood in his driveway. Holland claimed that he was forced to arm himself. Holland claimed that he asked 50 Cent and his goons why they were in his neighborhood, but they prevented him from confronting the rapper. According to Holland's latest lawsuit, Lionsgate Entertainment was aware of Jackson's illegal activities and harmful behavior, but still hired and allowed him to develop and produce Power. Holland alleges that Jackson used the TV series to further intimidate and harm him, ultimately leading to the supposed intimidation campaign. Corey Ghost Holland is seeking $300 million in damages for intentional infliction of emotional distress and negligence in hiring and retention, among other charges. The lawsuit also seeks to prevent Lionsgate Entertainment from using Holland's life story in future productions without his consent or compensation. So it's some layers to this. There's some layers to this, okay? So first of all, let me say this. What's up, Peas? I need to know what your life story is, sir. Other than the fact that your name is Ghost, and we know that the main character on the original Power, his street name was Ghost. And that is a very big coincidence, we'll say. But I need to know what else from your life story that you share with Courtney Kemp is in the original, is in Power. Because there may be some validity to your story. I'm not saying that it isn't. I do think it's curious that you told your life story to Courtney Kemp. Courtney Kemp was the original showrunner for Power, and there may very well be some similarities. However, if it's just that you were a kingpin in New York and owned a club, I don't know. I mean, as somebody who watched Power from the first episode, you're going to have to give me some details that mirror and mimic the Power that we see on TV. Like, was your partner a white Irish guy? Did you have a love triangle between your wife and your high school sweetheart who was in law enforcement? How many children do you have? You know, do you have a badass, good for nothing son that, tried to, unalive you? Because you're still alive, so we know that part of the story isn't the same. I mean, was your daddy a musician? Like, I need to know where the similarities are, right? It's closer to Nikki Barnes' life story. Yeah, I need to, because here's the thing. Yes? Hold on, y'all. Thank you. Sorry about that. Usually I keep my door closed, so when somebody's at the door, I can pretend like I don't hear them or I can ignore it. But my door is open and they can hear me, so I had to go answer the door. It was the Amazon people. But anyway, so I just need to know where the similarities are. Like, that's my opinion. And I'm not saying that 50 Cent or Courtney Kemp did not take parts of his story. But let's be clear. Every major city has a drug pen story, especially if we want to talk about the 80s, the 90s. I mean, I know Power was supposed to be present day, but you could take 20 kingpins. Oh, excuse me. You could take 20 kingpin stories and you could probably find 20 similarities, right? So I feel like I need more details. Now, if they stole that man's story, then go and pay that man. Get that man some money. You done made millions off of this franchise. Get that man some money. Now, the second part of this is, did 50 Cent intimidate? Did 50 Cent intimidate him once he filed the lawsuit? This is what I'm going to say. It is quite possible. Because 50 Cent is a troll. It is quite possible. I ain't saying he did it. I'm just saying it is quite possible. If he's still in a life, then he a fool. Let me say that. Now listen. Now, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt if you've already been found guilty of your crimes and you served your time and you out and you doing your thing. And sure, talk about what you did because you done already been found guilty of it. But sir, if he is still in the lifestyle, then his best bet is to go sit down somewhere and be quiet. You don't need to be bringing no attention to yourself if you still out there doing the things that you shouldn't be doing. Hey, Jay Parrish, how you doing, boo? New York has several, one on every other corner. 50 definitely did it. Listen, I wouldn't be surprised. I ain't gonna say he definitely did it. I'm gonna say, in my opinion, I definitely could believe that I definitely believe it could have happened. I believe it. I believe it could have happened. But I definitely feel like, because he's a troll. 50 Cent is a troll. And 50 Cent is an arrogant troll. He's very arrogant. He's very arrogant and he's very entitled. So, it could have happened. But I just thought I would bring that down here to y'all. So the man, first of all, if the man is still out here doing things he don't need to be doing, then he a fool. Because why would you bring attention to yourself? That's just dumb. That's just dumb. Shout out to the 130 people in the chat. If you could please hit that like button as you come on in. And come on in and take a seat. If you are not subscribed, go on and subscribe. Come on down and say hi to us. We don't bite. We have a good time over here. That's his MO. Yeah, he's a bully. He's a bully. 50 Cent is a bully. And the more money he has and the bigger the platform he has, the more he bullies people. He's a bully. That's just how I feel about it. And that's why I don't really cover him a whole lot. Because even though I do watch Power and I do like Power, he's just a troll. He's a troll. But I just thought I would share that because there ain't a whole lot going on today, y'all. We don't have a whole lot to talk about, so I thought I would share that. Okay. So Joe Brown, I did a quick drop. First of all, let me say this. Thank you to everybody who corrected me because I said Joe Mathis instead of Greg Mathis. My apologies. I know that man's name is Greg Mathis. I was saying Joe Brown. I said Joe Mathis. Thank you to everybody who told me. I pinned the comment at the top so that y'all would know that somebody had told me. But I feel like a lot of times y'all don't read the comments. Y'all just type y'all own comments, which is fine. But just so you know, I got all 50 comments to tell me that the man's name is Greg Mathis. Thank you. But he is upset, as he should be if he is not guilty. We know that last week, Shirley Ralph came down in an interview with Angela Yee, and she spoke on an incident that she went through. I don't know how long ago it was, she said, but it was a while back where she had an incident. She said it was a TV judge, and the incident happened a while back where the man grabbed her by her neck, turned her around, and then tongue kissed her. She said she complained to the powers that be, but they didn't want her to say anything because they didn't want any negative publicity. They didn't want the story out there. Now, what I feel like happened. What's up, Miss Bethany? Shout out to all my members who are lit up in green. Shout out to all my members lit up in green. You guys saw me in church this morning. I sent y'all a little picture of me and my mommy in church this morning. Somebody put under the caption, my mama looked like she was telling me put the phone away. I ain't gonna say she was saying put the phone away. I'm gonna say she was like, what are you doing? Okay. I don't think it wasn't like put the phone away as much as it was, girl, what you doing? But anyway. So right. So what he's saying is, I'm gonna let y'all hear what he said. But what he's saying basically is that it's not so much her I don't think he's upset with. Well, I'm sure he's upset with her. But he's talking about the bloggers and the other people who have been speculating and putting his name in it. He said, you put my picture next to her picture, then you're sending out an innuendo, which he is correct about. Now, we talked about it down here, and we said that we thought it could be Joe Brown. Now, y'all have since been adding names in my comments. We got Judge Mill Lanes, who I forgot about Mill Lanes. And somebody said that he died like a year or so ago. And Mill Lanes is, he was a little abrupt as well. And then there was another judge that they put in my comments. It was Mills Lanes, and it was another judge who I had forgot about as well. I said, you know what? Because at one point in time, there were a lot of judge shows, just like, talk shows or whatever. They had exploded. You had Judge Judy, and then you had Greg Mathis and Joe Brown and Divorce Court, and you had People's Court. But the shows that sort of stayed around, there were a lot of judges. So, once people brought it up, I said, you know what? They're right. There were a lot of judges and a lot of judge shows at one time. He's running for mayor in Memphis. Oh, Lord. Y'all better not. Ooh. I'm pretty sure that my indie urban lit readers know, but I don't know if those who don't read the genres know. 50 Cent have urban lit book series, same with Nicky Turner. Powers reminiscent of his books. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know that. I didn't know he had books. So he's threatening, legal action for libel for people who are putting it out there that he's the one who did it. So I'm assuming that he ain't the one who did it. Although in this recording, I don't hear him say. I'm gonna let y'all hear what the man said. I didn't hear him say he ain't do it. I didn't hear him say that it wasn't him. I just heard him say that he is threatening legal action for anybody who put him in it. And that's what I had heard on here. I'm gonna let y'all hear. Y'all tell me what y'all hear. Because I don't want to put nothing on nobody that they didn't do, okay? So hold on. I'm going to let y'all hear what Judge Joe Brown said.
I might bring in my legal crew and proceed. Let me say this before we go further. It's a warning to anybody listening. I might bring in my legal crew and proceed for defamation of character. You see, when they put my face next to hers and they start doing that little stuff there, that becomes innuendo that somebody can tell who they're talking about, and that's very destructive to my reputation, because not only do I have a long track record of ensuring that women get justice when they've been done wrong, doing that on the criminal bench and a long time before that. My motto for the last half-century has been protecting womanhood and promoting manhood, and there's those that don't seem to like it. So I might need a vacation. And I think...
So, Pam, I don't know. Because Pam said, I wonder why she didn't come out and say it wasn't him. I don't know, but she said it wasn't Greg Mathis. She was specific to say it was not Greg Mathis. So I don't know if she has a friendship with him or a relationship with him, and she didn't want him to get caught up in the mix. But from my understanding, that is the only person that she absolved. Everybody else, she left it out there for us to come up with our own thing. I will say this. A couple of people have said that they know him for his works and that they believe that it could be true. They said it was him. They just said they know him for his works. And they believe that he could be guilty. I'm also going to say this. I don't know if he really is running for mayor, not down in Memphis. I don't know. But I'm going to say this to anybody who lives in Memphis. Please do your research. all skin folk ain't kinfolk. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Just do your research. Just because he was on TV, just because he's a recognizable face, please do your research and read up on people's politics, and don't just vote on who you know and popularity. I mean, his politics might agree with you. I'm just saying, just make sure you read up on them and you know what they are. Shout out to my girl Pam Esquire. Y'all know we were over there yesterday. We had a good time reading through the transcripts of the Bishop Child. We had a good time over there. What's up, Jonathan? Sir, you 90 years old. Your rep can't be destroyed. Nobody is checking for you. Joe Brown is not capable to be in public office. Yes, he is. He's run before and ain't won yet. He's not that light. He runs for the... Okay, got it. Okay. Yeah, because again, I can't tell you what works for you or what doesn't work for you. I can only say just make sure you do your research. That's all I can say about that. Just do your research and know for yourself. Know for yourself. I'm gonna say this, and y'all know I ain't no legal scholar, okay? Y'all know I got my law degree from the University of Law and Order by way of Matlock College. So all I'm gonna say is she didn't say it was you. There are a lot of TV judges during that time period, so it doesn't mean it was you. She didn't say, oh, he was black, or oh, he was this, or he was that. She just said it wasn't Judge Mathis. Now, why she didn't add you to that list, sir, I don't know. But she didn't say who it was. She just said who it wasn't. Okay? Now, what's up, Miss Old School? Now, there were some other people that y'all put in my comments that refreshed my memory. Because like I said, I forgot about Judge Mills Lane. Judge Mills Lane was like a Judge Judy. He was rude and very abrupt. He was very Judge Judy-ish. And somebody said that he passed away about a year ago. So maybe that's why she doesn't want to say his name, because he's not here to defend himself. I don't know. And I'm not going to tell her she can't tell her story, because it's her story and she can tell it. Especially if he was silenced when it happened. And I feel like when it happened, it was probably very pre-Me Too. It was very pre the Me Too movement. Because I think nowadays that story would be told. And I don't think that the networks will put themselves in that position to be held responsible if it came out later that they didn't allow her to tell her story or they didn't act on it. Maybe he's referring to folks putting his picture next to her. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like he's talking to like bloggers, people who are doing thumbnails, people who are doing like, TV shows about it, and they're bringing him up. Yeah, I don't think he's talking about her. I think he's talking about people like us. I mean, not me specifically, because one, I ain't doing it, two, I ain't that high on the totem pole. But I do think that's who he's speaking with. Judge Alex. I forgot about Judge Alex. See? Yeah, but Jerry Springer, his judge show is recent. She was talking about years ago. His show is more recent. Yeah, I remember my mom watching Mills Lane. Yeah, he was a boxer. Yeah, that's right. He was. And I didn't really particularly enjoy Mills. Now, I love the judge shows. Y'all know that's my thing. But I didn't really particularly care for Mills Lane. I felt like he was trying too hard to be Judge Judy. And y'all know how I feel about Judge Judy. There's only one. Okay? And I love her. I know y'all might not like her like that, but I love her. I love me some Judge Judy. Okay? That's how I feel about it. But Cheryl can definitely clear this up for him too. She should, and I think she should. Since a lot of people jumped to him, if it's not him, I think she should. That's my opinion. Some people saying a hit dog will holler, and it will. And it will. Lauren Lake. I don't know who Lauren Lake is, Bab. Who's Lauren Lake? You could never get into the court shows except for the original Divorce Court. Now, I wasn't crazy about Divorce Court. I would watch it if I was flipping through the channels. But it wasn't must-see TV for me. I couldn't get into it because at a certain point, I was just like, I can't with these people. No, I don't think she should say anything. Okay. He said, no, she don't need to say nothing. Paternity court. Now, let me tell y'all something. I did not know nothing about paternity. Oh, that's who's on paternity court? Okay. I did not know nothing about maternity court until I was in the hospital. And y'all know, some of y'all know my story. A lot of y'all are new. Y'all don't know my story, but I was in the hospital for about 2 months, about 6 years ago. I had an autoimmune attack. It was a whole situation, but I was in the hospital. And in the hospital, I was when they transferred me to the rehab part, because I had to learn how to walk again. They had us up to crack of dawn. Like, our first session would start at like 8:00. So they woke us up at like 6:30 so we could get up, get dressed, eat, and all that good stuff. Baby, it used to come on like 7:00 in the morning. I never knew it existed. And until I saw it, maybe, you know what, maybe it wasn't coming on there. Maybe it came on when we were breaking for lunch. Because I would have two sessions, and then we would have, well, it depended on my schedule. There were 4 sessions a day. Potentially 4 sessions a day. So sometimes you had 2 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. Sometimes you had 2 in the afternoon, 1. It depended on what they were going to do with you that day. So, but at some point in time, I would be in my damn hospital room. And paternity court was, I said, they really have a show where people have to go on here and get their paternity. I said, Maury ain't enough? Maury ain't enough? Because I don't understand. Listen, I didn't know it was that many people out here that didn't know who the father was of their child. I didn't know it was that many people. Now, I ain't judging nobody, because, listen, that's your business, and I ain't here to judge you. I just didn't know it was that many people that we needed to have not 1 but 2 shows, because you might as well say Maury turned into paternity court, because at a certain point, I feel like that's all he was doing over there on his show. Either that or I Want to Sleep with Your Best Friend. I don't know whatever else they was doing over there on the Maury Povich show. But I was like, I did not know we need a whole show where people just came on here to find out who the daddy of their children were. I didn't know that. I did not know that. But it was like a car wreck. I couldn't turn away from it. I was like, this is a bad idea. But I watched it. I watched it every day. I watched it every day. Every day. My favorite episode is when the gay dude got seduced by that woman with a bad wig. Child. The fact that you have a favorite episode. Pam said I'm judging. There was one where that dude was tracking the lady's cycle and thought he wasn't the daddy, and he was wrong. Not 7 seasons. 7 seasons. Now, for the judge shows, they run longer than the regular shows. So you figure for 7 seasons, y'all, I'm just gonna do some quick math. Let's say they did 150 shows for 7 seasons. They do 1 to 2 cases per show. There's a lot of people that don't know who the father of their child is. That is a sad state for our society, that many people don't know who the father of their child is. She said she seduced him. He got seduced. They got a child support court. You know what? Now, I follow the lady that does the child support court on TikTok. Baby, I like her. She is funny to me. Them people be coming in there. Child. Hilarious. Y'all watching on Bounce from 11 while I'm at work. This is why I don't need to work from home. You do not need to work from home if that's what you find the time to watch, Jonathan. All right, y'all. Well, speaking of Jonathans, let's go on and get into this Jonathan Major situation, which I hate. Judge Vaughn. Yeah, that's her name. I like her. Some people don't want to believe who their baby daddy is. Yeah, now that's the truth, too. Sometimes they be knowing. They just want it to be somebody else. I had somebody tell me that one time. What was it? I don't want to lie on nobody. Let me try to remember real quick. It was a real life situation, and it was somebody, I don't want to use the word friend, because I don't know if this was somebody that I called a friend or just somebody that I knew, but she had a potential of 2 fathers, and she said she picked the one that she thought would be the best parent, not the one that she thought was the parent. And I really felt like I looked at her like, What? Because let me say this. Listen. When it comes to certain things, I am very old-fashioned and I'm very much approved, right? I'm one of those people that really truly feels like every time you have sex, you are potentially making a child. It doesn't matter about when you use it, birth control and all those other precautions. As long as you have your lady parts and he got his man parts. In my mind, I mean, I grew up Catholic too. You got that whole Catholic guilt thing. But in my mind, I believe that you could always potentially be getting pregnant. So in my mind, now that doesn't mean that I haven't had relations with people that I feel like wouldn't have made a good parent. But I'm just saying, for you to be like, yes, I am sleeping with two men at the same time, and when I got pregnant, I just made a decision about who I thought would be the better father, not who I thought was the father. I don't understand. Like I don't remember. I wish I could remember the whole story because I would give y'all the story. Y'all know I would tell y'all the story. I don't remember all the details, but I just remember I was sitting there going, like that was one of those moments where I had to catch myself and make sure my mouth wasn't hanging open because I really in that moment felt like I really felt like my mouth was like, what? Child, it was crazy. Anyway, let's get into this Jonathan Major situation. Ancestry DNA gonna bust a lot of bubbles. Don't y'all do that ancestry DNA. Y'all better stay away from that ancestry DNA and all them other. Y'all better stay off them things. Y'all know we from Africa. You don't need nobody to tell y'all that. Y'all know they hold that DNA. Y'all know they. Okay. You know you from Africa. You need to know how much percentage German blood. You need to know how much percentage European blood. What you need to know, and what you gonna do with it when you find out. Y'all better stay away from them. I used to want to do it. I'm not gonna lie. I used to want to do it, but when I found out that they were selling people's information and sending them DNAs, and that there's some places where criminal labs can access people's DNA. I'm good. I'm good. I don't need to know. I don't need to know what part. I don't need to know what tribe. Cause what you gonna do? You're gonna go show up to the tribe and be like, "I'm home." What you gonna do? You really think you gonna show up and they tell you from Ghana and you from the Watusi tribe in Ghana? What you gonna show up? Knock on the door and say, "Honey, I'm home." What you think they gonna do? I'm just saying, y'all better do it the old-fashioned way. Listen, let me tell y'all something. Y'all better go out here and learn y'all ancestry the old-fashioned way. Y'all better go talk to y'all older family members. You better sit down. You better get the details to the best of their recollection, and then y'all better get in that library or get online. Nowadays, you can get online. You get in that library and you do the research. You better do your Alex Haley, even though they say Alex Haley stole it, but that's another story for another day. But y'all better go on and do that research if you really want to know. If you really want to know, seriously, a good friend of mine, she does. She loves, like, it's a hobby for her, and she actually started doing my family tree just based on the little bit of information about me she knew. It's a couple of questions that she asked me. She started building my family tree. Most of us can't go past slavery anyway. I did it years ago and found a cousin. Yeah. Well, y'all heard about that stuff. See, y'all, this how y'all be getting me going left. But y'all know about we were supposed to talk about it down here. We never did. I don't believe nothing that come out of Amanda Seals' mouth, Xavier. You know we don't believe nothing that come out of Amanda Seals' mouth. Now, don't do that. Don't do that. But see, Jonathan, Xavier made me lose my train of thought. Talking about Amanda Seals said she got accepted by her tribe. But y'all know about that guy that was a fertility doctor and come to find out he had 500 kids, and that's how they found him through the ancestry. Child, Mama Bonnie, Mama, and my Miss Silly voice. Andre Carr says she's so hard to like, and I really tried. Child, me and Mama go to the library and look up old records and census. Like, yeah, and it's I'm a nerd like that. Y'all know I like that kind of stuff. But y'all better do it the old-fashioned way, child. Y'all better do it. Those tribes only accept you when you have money. Oops, Cindy done told y'all better hear it. Y'all better listen to what she's saying. Y'all better hear it. Y'all better hear what she's talking about. And there's no disrespect. I'm just saying, I just feel like, again, when I used to want to do it until I found out what they use that DNA for. You know what I'm saying? And God forbid your cousin, uncle got an unsolved, situation from 1974 and they preserved the DNA, and then here come the police knocking at your door because you connected to a crime from 20 years ago with somebody you never even met. And now you got to worry about you being not caught up in the crime. They know you didn't do it, but they come knocking on your door, getting in your business. No, ma'am. I did it, and I found out about two sisters who I met 5 years ago and died. That is, listen. That's cool. I'm happy for y'all who did, and it was a great experience. I'm just telling y'all, be careful. That's all I'm saying. I'm just telling y'all, be careful. That's it. Look, y'all better listen. Y'all see what Pam said? Y'all know Pam know. Y'all see what Pam said? Pam said the feds use that information. Yep. So she co-signed it, and y'all know she know because y'all know that's what she do. I know that's the Esquire in the room. She is one of our legal correspondents. I mean, not correspondents, one of our legal experts in the room. And she said, yes, the feds use it. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying don't go out here and find out where you from. I ain't saying don't go out here and get your Kunta Kinte on. I'm just saying be careful. That's all I'm saying. If you think you got some skeletons in your closet, if you think your family got some untold stories that you don't want out, you might want to stay away from it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm going to say. Next thing you know, they'll be coming up, knocking on your door, asking about Mookie and Ray Ray. Next thing you know, you be the reason that Mookie and Ray Ray, because you know it ain't no statute of limitations on unaliving somebody, and you be the reason why Mookie and Ray Ray is sitting up in jail. I'm just telling you. Yeah, the old folks be lying. Y'all know how, especially black folks, y'all know how we were back in the day. We ain't tell no business. My mama get mad at me now. I said, Mom, why are you, what? She get mad at me now if I start talking about some family business. I be like, Mom, why? Them people been dead 20 years. Why we still? I didn't even know. I'm still learning stuff I didn't know. I be like, oh, I didn't know that. So and so and such. And then she said like she told me. Oh, you didn't know? How was I supposed to know, Mom? Who was gonna tell me? How was I supposed to know that so and so cousin was really their mama? I didn't know that. When we supposed to find this information out? You be finding stuff out when it's time to do the obituary because somebody done died. Then you be finding out that so-and-so, all your life, you've been calling them auntie and uncle when they was really cousins. Or you find out that so-and-so you thought was somebody's grandmama and they was really their mama. Or vice versa, they was their mama's grandma. Y'all know what I'm saying. Or you be finding out that you thought people's was cousins and that was really their brother and sister. Listen, all kinds of stuff. And y'all know black folk will do it. Black folk will hold the story. They will hold a story. Y'all going to keep getting their ancestry. Y'all will be telling all y'all family business. Cam said Uncle Pookie and Ray Ray going to jail. Anyway, I'm sorry. This is how y'all be getting me going left. Y'all can tell we don't have that much to talk about today. Let's get into Jonathan Majors. Now, I'm disturbed. I'm very disturbed by this Jonathan Majors. I'm a law-abiding citizen. Hold on. What did it say, Pookie? I'm a law-abiding citizen. Pookie and Ray Ray on their own. They better hire Pam and leave me alone. You said I'll get him a phone number. I don't mean no harm, but that's Mookie and Ray Ray's fault. Y'all are terrible. I used it to find my granny's brother's children. I promised her before she died that I'd do it, and I did it. Listen, I can respect it. I just want to be here to inform people. I can respect that, Andre. I don't think it's nobody I want to find. Because let me tell y'all something. My daddy is the only child. But my daddy's the only child as far as we know. So the only thing I can think of is that we find out that my granddaddy on my daddy's side got some churn that we never knew about. But at this point, I'm good. And I know that might sound mean, but my daddy in his 70s. He don't need to find no long lost brothers and sisters. What are you gonna do? My grandmama dead. So what we gonna do? I'm not snitching. If I wasn't involved in the alleged activity, don't do the crime if you can't do the time. What's up, T Lounge? Finding out your sister is your mama. Y'all know that's what happened to Jack Nicholson. The actor Jack Nicholson, the woman he thought was his sister his whole life. He found out as an adult. He did not find out until he was an adult that the woman he thought was his sister was his mother, and the woman he thought was his mother was his grandmother. So I guess it ain't just black folk that do it, child. Well, I'm about to do mine because I don't know my family and I have no one to ask. You know what? I just want y'all to be aware. Y'all do it, use it to the best, use it for what it's there for. I just want y'all to be aware. That's it. That's it. I have a sibling on my dad's side that I have no plans to meet. I mean, like I said, and I damn sure better not find out I got some siblings that I don't know, because I don't want no parts of none of that. I don't. At all. It'd be some slow singing and flower bringing if that's a whole if that happened. I call him Pam myself. Because my daddy would have some explaining to do. Sounds like Tyler Perry, big happy fan. Okay. Child. So let me look at the poll before I get into this story. So Jonathon Majors, you guys know that Jonathon Majors has been blowing up these last couple of weeks. He's, his star is really, really rising. We know that he is in Creed 3. He's part of the DC Marvel. I mean, is it Marvel? Is it DC Marvel? Is it Marvel? If you haven't voted, go ahead and vote in the poll because we get ready to look the poll and close out. My question for the poll was, do you think that Jonathon Majors is innocent or guilty? Now we have 103 votes. Out of the 103 votes, we have 57% say guilty and 43% say innocent. Ooh, okay, y'all. I'm gonna end the poll. Any final votes? Anybody want to vote? Okay, I got a few more people voting. All right, go on and vote. We're about to end the poll. But the poll, it went from 58 to 42. So it's almost 50-50, but y'all are on the side of guilty. So most people think that he is guilty. Okay. There's footage that supposedly clears him. We're gonna get into it. Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're gonna get into it. So yesterday, the intranets blew up because this story dropped on TMZ. I saw it on TMZ first, and then of course it blew up from there. Allegedly, Jonathon Majors assaulted. At the time, we wasn't sure who it was. We found out later it was his girlfriend. Allegedly, the story that we read was that Jonathon Majors, they were leaving the club. He was on his phone. She thought that he was texting another woman. They got into an argument. She alleges that he slapped her, and that he choked her. Those are the allegations. Then we found out that he was detained, but he was released. He was arrested. He was released. And I read where the night of the incident, she stayed at a separate place than with him. And then the next morning is when she went and reported the incident. He was, arrested. He was charged, and then he was released, from my understanding. Now, a lot of things have come out since that original situation. So let me read now. His attorney has been adamant from the beginning that this is not true. That it is not true. It is not true. It is not true. From the beginning, not true, right? Let me read you guys now. Let me read you the latest, because I've been following the story. So let me read y'all. Okay. The latest that I have here. My producer sent me something. Okay. So what I feel like, so here's what I have a problem with. I'm going to get to the recanting stuff in a minute. But my issue is this. I have a problem with this knee-jerk society that we have. So I feel like there's a pile-on in place, right? So since that has dropped, now he is being dropped from an Army ad campaign that he was a part of, and something else that he's been dropped from. Now, a former director, let me read you guys. Jonathan Majors' arrest broke. Twitter users began making their perspectives known. Back in February, filmmaker A.B. Allen tweeted about a beloved actor who in actuality is a vicious, cruel, abusive human being. So let me read you. There's a particular actor, relatively new on the scene, who Twitter has violently fallen head over heels for, in actuality is a vicious, cruel, abusive human being, both professionally and in his personal life. And every new viral thirst tweet about him drives me insane. Following the news of Major's arrest, a user tweeted, "Now we know who this tweet was about," with a screenshot of A.B. Allen's previous post, and then Allen simply responded, "Ding, ding, 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 ding." When pressed on why the user now will not share more, despite the public at large seemingly seeing evidence of what was posted, AB explained that it would still expose people who have been hurt. So he went on to say, the specifics of what I know, unfortunately, would still expose people who have been hurt and deserve to not become part of some larger media inquiry that if they don't want to. So I'm not going to get into the details, but now y'all know what his deal is. Society Theater co-founder and Broadway actor-director Tim Nicolai offered support on Twitter in posts that have since been made private, sharing that it's strangely a relief to know other human beings were out there who understand. Nicolai continues saying that many in Yale and New York City communities, later specified to be 2012 to 2017 graduates from NYU, Juilliard, Yale, consider the actor a psychopath and an abuser. I'm just going to say this about Jonathan Majors and be done with it. Folks at Yale and broader New York City community have known about him for years. He is a psychopath, an abuser, and that is how virtually everyone speaks about him. It's a shame it took this long for him to be reported. In response to comments about why it seems people kept quiet or if they knew about this, Nicolai explained that people have tried. It's both simultaneously awful to know he is still doing this and also a relief that he may never get to again. I'm already seeing a bunch of why didn't you do anything? Folks, people have tried. Ultimately, needed a victim to come forward. It's both simultaneously awful to know he's still doing this and also a relief that he may never get to do it again. Nicolai did not want to expose people who want to remain quiet. A bunch of us are close with people and sometimes multiple people that he has directly harmed. I don't know if they will speak on it. It is completely their decision. Nicolai explained that if casting directors like you, there is currency. But nobody would call his ex-girlfriend at the time directors, professors. They just don't do that. The actor went on to share that literally people that Jonathan Majors did this to are texting me right now. It's not I heard. So I feel like now everybody, and I'm not saying that these people's experiences aren't true or valid, but now I feel like everybody is piling on. Everybody is piling on. So let me go on to say this. Let me go over here because we actually have an update on the case. Jonathan Majors' attorney says he's completely innocent and that he claims that the alleged victim has recanted. Now, this is from 1:30 this afternoon. And this is coming from TMZ. I'm going to read it to you guys. Jonathan Major's lawyer said there's evidence that'll prove he committed no crime against a woman who alleged that he assaulted her, even claiming she's reversed her own story. Criminal defense attorney Pyra Chaudhry, who's representing Majors in this matter, tells TMZ that Jonathan Majors is completely innocent and is probably the victim of an altercation with a woman he knows. We are quickly gathering and presenting evidence to the district attorney with the expectation that all charges will be dropped imminently. She goes on to cite, I'm sorry, I was saying his attorney was a man, it's not, it's a woman. She goes on to cite evidence. She says they've already gathered to back up their version of events, including video footage from within the vehicle where the alleged assault occurred, witness testimony from the driver and others who saw or heard the episode. And last but not least, 2 written statements that Chaudhry claims are from the alleged victim in the case. She insists the statements show her fully recanting her allegations, and she adds this will all be presented to the authorities in due time to prove her client did nothing wrong. As for why Majors was arrested, if all of this stuff does indeed exist, she tells it's about its standard operating procedures and police departments to make an arrest after an allegation is levied and if there's probable cause to back up the claim. In this instance, the NYPD says there was visible injuries. Chaudhry finishes with this. We expect those charges to be dropped soon. The DA will usually request orders of protection in these matters while they are being resolved. Majors has been charged with misdemeanor assault, aggravated harassment, attempted assault, and harassment. He was released on his own recognizance and is due back in court in May. In response to Majors' attorney claims about the woman, who we've been told is a girlfriend of his, the Manhattan DA's office tells TMZ the case is ongoing and they won't be commenting further on the details. What they did say, however, is that a limited court order protection for the alleged victim has been put in place. The DA requested a full order of protection, indicating that they feel the alleged victim needs a bigger force field. By the way, there's a new the U.S. Army campaign he's been dropped from. So, yeah, he hasn't been cleared yet. But this is the weekend, too. All of this is the weekend. I mean, I'm not saying that makes a difference. Google him. He's done a lot of stuff. I didn't know it was that much. I'm going to need very specific and detailed accounts. Too many people use the word abuser when they mean they fight. Yeah, I first remember him from Lovecraft Country. Yeah, that's where I first remember him from, One Vibe. It would be nice to be about to see this footage. His lawyer saying it absolves him doesn't mean much. I can't believe what people say just because they say it. The society we live in is way too quick to take away a person's livelihood over an allegation. If there's a video, it needs to be shown. That's what I'm saying. Again, I'm not saying that the man is innocent or guilty. I don't know, and I can't put him in a bucket. But I do feel like there's a pile on. Like in less than 24 hours, he went from being here to now he's the scum of the earth. He's the worst thing ever. He's horrible. I mean, a psychopath, y'all. Like that's a strong accusation that I think people throw away. They throw around way too lightly. A psychopath. A psycho, like the definition of psychopath. I think we put, and again, I can't tell somebody what their experience is. I cannot tell you what your personal experience is, but to call somebody a psychopath, I think is a lie. I think that's a lie. I think people read their experience into what these cases, and I have an emotional reaction versus waiting on the case to proceed. Everyone removes accusation, but not the exoneration. Exactly. And that's the part that I have a problem with, because I feel like we're so quick to jump on the bandwagon. And again, I don't know this man, and I don't have a dog in this fight. And if he put his hands on that woman, then he should be dealt with accordingly. Y'all know I'm not going to ever defend the bad behavior. But I will say that until the smoke clears, I feel like everybody should hold their opinions until the smoke clears. Now, I think we're conflating two different situations. So now we have the situation of the alleged altercation with the girlfriend, right? But now I think we are combining that with all of these people who had bad experiences with him in the past. And again, he might be an asshole. I don't know him. He may very well be not a nice guy. He may not be pleasant to be around. He may be a jerk to work with and work for. All of that could be true. That doesn't mean he put his hands on this woman. And I feel like now we're going to start conflating the two because now people are saying he's not a nice person. But there's a whole lot of not nice people that don't run around putting their hands on people. Y'all know what I'm saying? Right. I hope that he didn't do it because I hate DV situations. I do too, and I wouldn't defend it. But I do think, and I mean, I know attorneys, especially high-powered attorneys, they get paid a whole lot of money to spin stories. But those are very specific lies. You're going to say that the woman didn't write not one, but she wrote two stories recanting, and y'all have video footage and their witnesses. That's a whole lot for you to come out publicly and say, look, all of these things support what my client is saying and not what this woman is saying, for you not to be able to back it up. Now, again, we know people sell whoop tickets all the time. So we really just have to wait for the smoke to clear. And I really think that's what we need to do. I think we live too much in a society of reactionary instead of waiting. And I don't mean wait forever, but can we at least wait till he get arraigned? Can we at least wait and see what happens on Monday when the courts open back up? Like, this literally has been happening over the weekend. Y'all know what I'm saying? Pictures. Well, they said that now listen, the pictures will probably come out because the police said they had probable cause because the woman had injuries. They said that she had marks on her neck. Now, listen, some things can be explained and some things can't. If she had handprints on her neck, it ain't too much you can explain about that. It ain't too much you can sell about that. But if it's a mark on her neck that can be explained away, then that's another conversation. But if she had a handprint on her neck, I don't know about that. I don't know if there's a whole lot to say about that. People sell whoop parties. I know that's right. I know that's right. Michael Irvin did lose his job on the weekend. He sure did. And then we saw the video 2 months, well, not 2 months later, about a month later. The Super Bowl was the first weekend in February. That video came out last week, the week before last. So like a month and some change later, we saw the video. Now, granted, we didn't hear the audio, but we saw the video, and most of us, I can't speak for everybody, but most of us were like, well, damn, what did the man do? What did he do? Most of us. I can't say everybody. Not leave that chicken breast alone. Well, that's what they said. The NYPD said that because, first of all, whenever there's a DV situation, y'all know in today's world, and whenever there's a DV situation, y'all know that it's you be hard pressed not for somebody to get arrested, especially if there's a mark. And that's what they said. They said that she had marks on her, so there was something. And in most jurisdictions nowadays, when somebody get called, somebody going out of there in handcuffs. Even if the smoke clears later, somebody going, in most jurisdictions, somebody going out there in handcuffs. I feel like a lot of it will come down to what the evidence is on the medical side, because an injury is an injury. I would imagine the next step is to explain how the injury got there. Exactly, Ray Down. And Urban Right now, and Irvin Steve's cousin, Albert Steve's cousin. I love that soundbite. Hey, Sebastian, thank you for the super chat. I'll say this. That marble machine is clearly working. The way this was buttoned up in about 12 hours is very suspect. I'll still wait for more info. Lord, Miss B. Carter said he did it. But that KFS, the probable cause is the marks. That's what they said. The article that I just read, the NYPD said that their probable cause was that she had marks. That there were marks on her. They said that was their probable cause. Now, they might have had more, but that's what the article said. article said that their probable cause was that she had marks on her. So. I just, again, y'all, I'm not, my I don't want to say anger because I'm not angry, but my upsetness, which I know isn't a word, but me being upset is more connected to how fast we are to judge and react. Like, he's literally being dropped from things now, right? Like, you're already getting fired from stuff, and you haven't even been arraigned yet. We still don't know the whole story. We still don't know how this is going to end. If, in fact, this woman did recant her story, if, in fact, there is video evidence to show something totally different, this man has already been tried and convicted in the court of public opinion. Y'all see what I'm saying? I think there was a fight and that was probable cause, but I'm going to need more evidence until I say he flat out. Yeah. I agree, ReallyB. Xavier, you seem to think you can be arrested for no reason. Xavier seems to think you can be arrested for no reason. Oh, wow. Well, look, y'all. Y'all know we'll be following this story. Y'all know I will update you when I have something. I will be back at 9:10 to review SWV and Escape. So y'all meet me back here at 9:10. And if any of you all follow Power, I'm getting ready to go over to TSF Entertainment, and we are getting ready to discuss the second episode of Book 2 Power, which came on Friday. We're going to be discussing that. My review is already posted. If you haven't caught the review, so y'all can come on over and hang out with us over there. But if not, I'll be back at 8 o'clock. You can join me there. Disney will be thanking him for his services if he doesn't get disordered. You ain't lying about that. He will. Disney will get. They sure will. Injury can come from him trying to get her out for him. Just have to wait for the court. Right, and that's all I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying that there's no I'm not saying that there's no that she doesn't have any marks on her. All I'm saying is I would like the whole story, me personally. And if it comes back that he put his hands on her, y'all know I'm not defending that. Y'all know I'm not defending that. Anyway, y'all, let me get off of here because we're starting at 6 o'clock. So I'm going to be heading over there. And then, like I said, I'll be back at 9:10. Thank y'all for being here. Please hit that like button on your way out the door if you have not already done so. If you are not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you are new, once again, thank you for being here. Thank you for finding my channel, subscribing to my channel, and coming back and hanging out with us. Have a good time over here. All right. I will talk to y'all later. Mwah. Peace.